It's 11:52 p.m. on payday. You open your banking app. This morning, your employer deposited $3,127 into your account. Your current balance? $412.37. You scroll through the last few weeks of transactions, rent, groceries, subscriptions you forgot about, a $67 dinner you barely remember. And this thought hits you in the chest. I make good money. I have a real job, so why do I always end up here? Then you see a headline on your phone. The average American has a net worth of $620,654. You look back at your own balance, and for the first time, you're not just worried, you're embarrassed. Sound familiar? My name is Adam, and I spend way too much time thinking about why people with good incomes feel financially broken. I've talked to hundreds of engineers, managers, professionals with solid paychecks, and they all say the same thing. I don't know where my money goes. I make decent money. I shouldn't feel this stressed. This episode is not here to depress you. It's here to show you, with real numbers, where people like you actually stand and why you feel the way you do. Because the problem isn't that you're uniquely bad with money. The problem is that nobody ever showed you the truth. If this resonates, hit subscribe. This is episode 1 of the Reality Check series. Let's paint the picture for someone earning between $50,000 and $100,000 a year. Decent income, not rich, not poor, middle. Here's where the data slaps you in the face. Stat number 1, age 30. The median 30-year-old has about $35,649 in savings. Not $350,000, not $150,000, $35,000 after a decade of adulthood. You've worked, paid taxes, done the right things, and the middle outcome for your generation is about $35K. Now you might say, okay, but maybe the average is higher. Yes. The average net worth for people in their 30s is around $317,171. That gap between $35K median and $317K average is the entire story. A small group accumulated a lot. Most people stuck around $35 to $45K. And it doesn't magically fix itself with age. Stat number 2, age 65. The median retirement savings for someone at 65 is $200,000. That's 40 years of work for a couple $100,000. Now, let's drop this into a real life. You're a 30-year-old software developer making $72,000 a year. Twice monthly paychecks of about $3,000 after taxes. Your life looks like this. Rent, $1,200. Car, $350. Insurance, utilities, phone, and internet, $400. Groceries and food, $400. That's $2,350 just to exist. You've got about $650 left each month for everything else: fun, emergencies, medical, travel, family, the future. And you're supposed to somehow feel safe. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. We've been sold the idea that earning more is the solution. Climb the ladder, make $75K, then $100K, then you'll be fine. But look at the actual outcomes. Stat number 3. The average American household carries about $11,113 in credit card debt. Almost half of Americans think that's normal. Stat number 4. Average net worth is $620,654. Median net worth is $187,690. Again, the same pattern. A few people way ahead, most people nowhere near the average. So you end up with this. The 40K earner, stressed. The 72K earner, stressed. The 100K earner, still stressed. Same anxiety, different paycheck. Which tells you something critical. This is not a math problem. It's a psychological problem. Meet Adam, 30 years old, software developer, $72,000 a year. On paper, he's doing fine. Take-home pay about $4,800 per month. Apartment, $1,200. Car payment, $350. Insurance and gas, $150. Phone, internet, utilities, $250. Groceries and food, $350. Fixed costs, about $2,300. That leaves $2,500. For a while, Adam plays it right. He opens a savings account, automates $500 a month, watches it grow, $500 to $1,500 to $3,000. Then real life starts whispering. A friend moves into a nicer neighborhood, exposed brick, better coffee shops. A coworker buys a townhouse. His sister shows up in a newer car. Suddenly, Adam's life feels smaller. His carpet looks cheaper. His car sounds older. His weekends feel boring. So he adjusts. Coffee out 3 times a week. A couple of extra dinners out. One more streaming service. Upgraded internet for work. Individually harmless. Together, $200 to $300 more per month. Then a weekend trip here, a birthday gift there. 2 years later, savings back to zero. Credit card, $4,200 balance. Same $72,000 income, now with debt. And a constant quiet sense of failure. Adam isn't dumb, he's not lazy. He's caught in psychological traps researchers have measured. In Scarcity, Why Having Too Little Means So Much, Mulanathan and Shafir describe the scarcity mindset. When you feel like you don't have enough of money, time, anything, your brain enters tunnel vision. Part of your mental bandwidth is permanently hijacked. Constant background calculations. Can I afford this? What if something happens? In experiments, when people were asked to solve a hard money problem before an IQ test, their scores dropped. Not because they got dumber, because financial stress was using up their mental RAM. Now add comparison. Every day, Adam sees his coworker's house keys, his friend's nicer apartment, his cousin's vacation photos. This isn't neutral, it's upward social comparison. And in a scarcity mindset, comparison becomes toxic. He doesn't think good for them, he thinks, I'm behind, I'm failing. Scarcity plus comparison equals the perfect trap. He feels uniquely broken, not knowing that the median 30-year-old is sitting at about $35,000 saved. The shift didn't happen in some big dramatic moment. It happened on a random Tuesday night. Adam is at his small kitchen table, laptop open, a cheap desk lamp with a warm bulb. It's 10:41 p.m. He's staring at a chart showing median savings by age. For 30-year-olds, $35,649. For 65-year-olds, $200,000. Next to that tab, his own banking app. His savings? Almost nothing. His net worth barely above zero once you subtract debt. And for the first time, instead of panic, he feels something strange. Relief. Because he realizes he isn't the outlier. He is the statistic. His friend with the nice apartment probably has debt. His coworker with the house, heavily leveraged. The average number online inflated by a tiny group way ahead. He closes his eyes. The buzzing in his head quiets a little. For the first time, he's not trying to catch up to a fantasy. He's trying to do something most people never even start. Actually build real wealth instead of performing wealth. Now that you see the pattern, let's put it in your life. You make $72,000 a year. You could save $500 a month if calm and intentional. But you're not calm and intentional.
Scenario 1. Scarcity mode. You feel like there's never enough. So, phone upgrade, only $30 a month, $360 a year. A nicer dinner, because this week was rough, $60. A cheap weekend trip you put on a card, $1,200. Each one feels like self-care. End of the month, you saved $0. Guilt, shame. Scenario 2. Comparison mode. You're saving $400 to $500 a month. Then you hear your old classmate now makes $95,000. Instantly, $72,000 feels small. You invest in yourself. $300 course, $150 a month therapy, $400 new wardrobe. Individually justified. Collectively, your surplus disappears. In both scenarios, the math says you can build wealth, but your psychology keeps redirecting the money. Let's do the real math. Potential savings, $500 a month. Actual savings, $50. Difference, $450. Over 10 years, $54,000. Add modest investment returns and you're missing out on 6 figures of net worth. Instead, many end up not just at $0, but $4,000 plus in credit card debt. That's not stupidity. That's the trap. So what do you actually do? Step 1. Stop chasing the feeling of being rich. Start building actual wealth. Rich is what people see you spend. Wealth is what you quietly keep. For Adam, that meant one decision. From now on, my money decisions are based on reality, not on how they look. He pulled his real numbers, credit report, balances, minimums. He talked honestly with a couple of trusted people. And he discovered, friend with nice apartment, $8,000 in debt. Coworker with house, big mortgage, almost no cash. Uncle with high income spends every dollar. Once he knew the median numbers and his peers' realities, comparison started to lose its grip. Then he did something simple, not heroic. Chose a non-negotiable, $300 saved every month. Automated transfer on payday. Money moved before he saw it. Cut what didn't serve him. Unused subs, overpriced phone plan, a few restaurant nights. 6 months, $1,800. 1 year, $3,600. 3 years, $12,000. Is that rich? No. Is that infinitely better than zero? Absolutely. More important than the number, his brain stopped running panic calculations all day. He had a plan. Here's the bottom line. You're not financially broken because you're incapable. You're trapped in the same psychological pattern as almost everyone your age. A scarcity mindset that eats your mental bandwidth. A comparison trap that makes you feel behind even when you're average or better. Once you see the numbers, you realize the average is distorted by a tiny minority. The median is closer to where you are. You are not alone, and you are not doomed. You don't have to double your income to start escaping this. You have to 1. Look at your real numbers. 2. Decide on a realistic, automated monthly savings. 3. Cut what doesn't serve you. 4. Stop trying to impress people who are secretly just as stressed as you. In the next episode of the Reality Check series, we're going to talk about something even more uncomfortable. Because even if you fix the math, there's a psychological reason your brain keeps telling you it's not enough. If this shifted how you see your situation, like this video and subscribe so you don't miss part 2. You don't need to feel rich to start building wealth. You just need to stop fighting a game nobody else is really winning.